Shout out to, is this thing on? Is it on? Is it actually working? What the hell is going on with this stuff in here today? No, I'm just joking around. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Bring that music down. Shout out to every single beautiful soul out here. I feel like Elvis. We got the lights on over here. I'm on stage, baby. Ain't nothing but a hound dog. Barking all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit, then you ain't no friend of mine. Sorry. I just get that Elvis in me. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I mean, how about the Elvis? Come on. Let's jump on into the charts. Shout out to each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. It's hot in here, baby. I'm getting spicy. I'm feeling like Iron Man in these dark suits lately, ready to rock. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Bitcoin, 95,007. Look like it's headed further down to about maybe even 94.5. We got some liquidations up at 97K now, though. Some shorts jumping on in. We're enticing some shorts. We can keep doing that. We may be getting a short squeeze. It does look like the biggest red is 95.5. Let's talk about what I'm seeing here for BTC this morning. First thing, let's go back into time here into Bitcoin. So I woke up this morning. Number one, last night we drew this right shoulder. Last night I drew the fact that we could make a right shoulder and break to the upside. That is what happened. I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm a genius here, but it just looked like it was a possible move to the upside. Last night was a bit interesting. But so before I went to bed, I said I would love this nice, make a right shoulder and break to the upside, get to the target. We did make a bit of a right shoulder there, and we did break to the upside. Hit the 200 MA, though. You got to use your 200 MAs. They are going to help you out so much and teach you the way. I'm telling you, that 200 MA is going to teach you the way. I know I'm not trying to rhyme, but in time, I'm designed and aligned, and it's fine, so don't whine. I'm here to keep you rewind back in time. Okay, sorry, I just went on a little bit of a tangent. I was trying to think of what rhymes with tangent. Stagnant. Anyway, so we had this right shoulder. We broke to the upside. We got rejected by the 200 MA. But we didn't. So, you know, if you're in the trading group, and then I kept talking about making this flag on the 15-minute last night. I was obsessed with it. They lost it, but they did pump it. And the entry there would have been a huge move there. And even just to spike out the flag to the upside when we cracked the 200 MA, then we started making a flag. I'm just giving you the play-by-play. Then we started making a flag here for Bitcoin, which I flagged out. I said, but you know, I'm not really keen on the long until the 21-day moving average comes into price action. I don't know what that's doing that for. So we're looking for, we wanted to see if the 21-day moving average would come and touch price on the 15-minute. What I didn't like was the 1 hour is very oversold at this point, you see? Stochastics are high, right? I mean, you just, you know, the momentum on the MACD is kind of extended, and it suggests that we could get a dump on the 4 hour time frame too as well. So I said, hey, cautious. 4 hour doesn't look good. Let's flag out the smaller time frames. And what happened? Well, we got rejected by the 4 hour 200 MA, and the 4 hour did dump, just as I suggested in the video, right? But look, we got this crazy bounce off the 21, and we already bounced $300 very, very fast. So there looks like there's some price action here, and there's some good volatility. This ended up making a flag on the 1 hour time frame. We may be able to reset. What you want to do is you want to see the stochastics reset while you hold a higher low. That's all you need. That is the key to trading. I know you don't believe me, but it really is. And it's crazy. I mean, we had an Adam and Eve double top. It hit the measured move, which is absurd, but I mean, that's exactly what happened. We bounced back inside. Now we're trucking along. Are we making a more bearish, you know, descending triangle here that's going to break us down? Are we still rounding out the bottom to get on out of the Adam and Eve? Is there a chance we survive here? We're going to break it down for you right now. We're going to start with the weekly and whittle our way down. And if we don't know what's going to happen, we can still make money, everybody. I'm up on my trades this week. We're doing well again, just like last week. Just trucking along on the USDT pair. All right. So one step at a time, little by little. You don't have to be up huge, just small wins. Okay. Small wins add up over time, especially on your futures account. If you're going to be trading FUTAs. Trading FUTAs. Right? And it's about small wins, you know. So look, not even bragging, but like you just look at where I'm at here, right? And you can lose. Don't get me wrong, right? You can lose. Just don't lose huge. You see? Like you get a $15 loss. So I like to look at my last, let's say, 5-6 trades just to give you. So up 400, up 130, up 300, up 189. Then stopped out at break even basically for one. Then last night I went hard, didn't really like. Had I stayed in that trade, I think I would have woken up in the game though. But it is what it is. I didn't want to go to sleep, and then I tried that flag. Didn't like how it was sitting, cut it off early at 37. And then I moved the stop loss basically to break even there. And somehow, some way just got me for $11. So it's about, like I wanted this flag to break out. Now, I was actually up 150 on one of these two trades, right? But it's okay. It's about maintaining a model. If the model doesn't play out, I cut it off. I'm working, my honey, sweetie pea. I love you, though. I get to see my daughter at work. Oh, your shirt's so much nicer, baby. I like the blue, honey. It looks beautiful. All right, so just want to show you kind of what's happening in the market here and how I maintain my trades. And we're going to break it down. And it's about every single day, one step at a time. Success is not an explosion that happens immediately. It's a long-winded game, right? Success is the person you become. You attract success by becoming the person you desire to be. And I'll say that every day with Jim Rohn echoing in your mind. And if you're in my trading group, you're going to learn how to basically create and rework your subconscious mind. All the students, everyone in my group, anyone around me, I'm going to rework your subconscious mind. I'm going to keep pushing you to believe in yourself, keep pushing you to think that you can, you will, you are the best. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to believe that you can, you will, you are the best. That's going to become habitual. The human mind loves habits. So let's feed it good ones and keep pushing good habits into the brain. If we keep doing that, by mathematical probability, we'll be a habitually good habit person. You see what I'm saying? And then we'll start helping other people have good habits. Like I have good habits that I show up every single day to my life. I don't miss it no matter what. I don't break it. It's not halfway. I'm not like, oh, tomorrow or this day. Everybody in my life knows that this stream is number one, and we go from there. People respect that. People will respect you when you respect your own desires, your own goals. People will begin to see it. Nobody will notice or care, but once you stay consistent, the world will notice and care. All right, let's get back into the weekly and talk about BTC here. The hottest coin in the game right now is Sonic. Basically the rebranded Phantom. After across the 200 MA there on the 1 hour time frame, it was gone. And it had a bit of an Adam and Eve double bottom too that broke to the upside, and giving hope that maybe Bitcoin can do this too. If there's enough liquidity to push other coins to the upside, then there's got to be enough liquidity to get Bitcoin back on the right side of time. But, I'm not saying that's a guarantee, but it just, thoughts and ideas. Okay, believe in yourself, number one. Because as a trader, you're going to suffer losses. How you get over those losses is the key. You're going to say it out loud. I'm going to suffer losses. See, the problem is when everyone goes into trading, they have this, and I'm serious, you do. We have this because our mind doesn't like fear and takes us away from pain. Because that's why most people don't go after their hopes and dreams, because they find a cushy little life and they stay in it for 10, 20, 30 years. They don't break the mold because the fear of breaking that situation would just, you know what I mean? But I'm getting a good pension, but I got money coming in. I was in a union. I was getting great pension. I was making $100,000 a year. A lot of people would look at me as a quote unquote success. I was depressed in a room and realized I would be in that room for 10 hours a day with a 1 hour lunch, editing people's videos that I didn't care about, working with, liaisons to networks and sitting on phone calls and just doing what I didn't want to do with my life. And I would consider myself accomplished, and it would take me 10 years to earn $1 million. Yay! You know what I mean? And after taxes, that $1 million would only be about like 700, and after inflation, maybe 500 grand. You see what I'm saying? So for 10 years of my life, I'd make 500 grand, and I'd be making it in America with a pension and a union, and everything was going great. I'm not trying to hate because, you know what I mean? I'm not hating because some people may be in that situation right now. And actually, at the time, it was a great situation. Let's be honest. Before that, I was making $1,200 a week with no insurance. I wasn't in a union. I was working the same night shift. I was making less money. So the union changed my life. Let's get real. Like at the time, that was the biggest move in my life. I was excited. I was happy making $100 grand a year. I was a proud man finally. I was in the triple figure club, and I wasn't you know what I mean? It felt good to me. And I was in New York City, but the whole point I want to make is I don't want to put down anyone's life if that's, if you're, and don't compare your life to anyone else's. You're building your own beautiful dream. And comparison will be will kill your own beliefs in what you're doing. Your dream is yours. You're unique. Your system is yours. You're doing your thing. No matter where you are, stay blessed and celebrate your wins. All right. But what I want you to know is there is abundance out there beyond what you could believe. Just hear me when I say that. That's what I want to say out of this all. Like, so please don't take negative connotation out of my stories. There's abundance beyond what you could ever believe out there. And it's waiting for you on the other side of that salary. You just don't know it. The scary thing is you have to give up the salary to go to the abundance. It's kind of like this. There's a tribe, right? And they're out in the woods and they're near a beautiful little stream. And the stream's small. It doesn't provide the best amount of water, but it provides a good amount of water. Now, they were told if they venture, maybe 10, 20 miles away, there's actually a huge lake. But they're so afraid to take the venture, they stay near the little stream. And I just made this metaphor up, and they never get to the lake. You know what I mean? Because they're so afraid of the adventure. On the other side of the adventure, there is a far bigger, abundant lake. Bigger than that little stream. And that's kind of similar to a salary. Like you're working for someone for a salary, that's the stream. And it's just, they call it a stream of income. Isn't that interesting? And there's your stream of income. Boom. Right? Yeah. I mean, Pi Network is going to be launched. I think it's coming on Binance. It might have a bit of a palm. I think it's... I've never been into it. God bless it. Hope it does well. It's not my thing. I personally don't really want to talk about it. Yeah, so... We could swing trade it. We'll look at it. But yeah, it's not going to be my thing. So I talked about it. You can check it off your list. I may not have talked about it in the way you wanted me to talk about it, but I talked about it. Amen, right? God bless. Okay, so look. We're sitting inside this flag. Beautiful wicks on the weekly. Can we complete this move? The biggest liquidation in the history of cryptocurrency. Just weeks away. Can we get the bounce? We finally reset on the stochastics RSI without the M pattern dumping completely. The 21-day moving average coming closer to price action, which to me is a bullish sign on the weekly time frame. All right. The 5-day chart, a bearish engulfing candle. Please don't do that to us tonight, but it looks like it may close bearish engulfing. With a wick nonetheless, but bearish engulfing, that's not a bullish sign. And the 3-day, I'd like this to close green. 1 day and 9 hours. Hold that massive wick. And finally get the move back to the top of this pattern here. And that would actually take you to the flatter point. The 3-day has extreme resistance right there at 106. 106,000 is the 3-day top. That's technically the top for Bitcoin, even though we may have gone higher on a wick on the 3-day chart, like, 109. But I get it. That's not the top. Like, the top was 109. I understand. 109, 588 even. But we're looking for this 3-day to break back to the upside. And I know I've been saying this here, and here. I've been saying it for 9 days. I sound like a broken record. It's annoying. But there's a chance that we could get in here, anywhere here, with that stop below the liquidation wick. They didn't get us yet. So this is just a monster long that it's been open ever since the liquidation wick, technically. And they've tried to get everyone that's in that long, but they're, and so I still stand by this long. And again, if they take out the liquidation wick, so be it. But this long is still intact. There's still a chance this long can play out with the stop below the liquidation wick. And I'll say it every day till I'm blue in the face. The daily is the same thing. Stop below the liquidation wick there. 91,500 would be the stop loss. Right, 91,480 really just anywhere below 91,500. Again, maybe it gets stopped out. I know nothing but the fact of mode ignorance. I'm just trading the fact that a falling wedge should break up 68% of the time. You've now made a beautiful falling wedge. You've got oversold stochastics on the daily. You've bounced off the liquidity zone numerous times. And, as weird as it does look like, again, it kind of resembles a bit of a Sammy Cup and Handy, even though there's like a W inside of the middle of the cup, which, I've never really seen. But, you could say this was the cup technically. And it's a very strange Sammy Cup and Handy, all right? That could still break to the upside. So I'm hugging on to a bullish bias here because, look, the Bears had all this time to break down. I'm just going over the facts. Hey, there's a strong man. He tried to lift the biggest weight, and he couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Why? What are they waiting for? Why can't they get the move to the downside here? Every time they do, it's just a wick. It's like a fake out. Again, I don't want to get the Bears too roused. Like, oh yeah, you want to see how bad we can make it? So I stay open-minded, everybody, that this is a double bottom, and we could get a break to the upside. At the same time, I don't like us below the 200 and the 22. A bit of a double bottom on the 8 hour. See how we're attempting to do something. But a lot of up. Look at this. This is just, we've been range trading from 98.5 down to 95. Just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. You would assume we're just going to go to the top of the range again. We could sell somewhere at 98,000 and we'll go from there. The key is if you get above the point of control, you got a gap in the VRVP. And you got a high volume node sticking at 102,000. And eventually, if you close an 8-hour candle above 98,369 right there, you have a chance to get through that gap. So I'm not, I don't know what's going to happen. They got me in limbo. I'm a little more bullish after this monster move back to the upside here on BTC. And, crucial times for Bitcoin. As we sit here at 95,966, are we going to make it? Are we going to get shredded and melted? Will we bleed to the downside? Are we raising glory to the upside? Only time will tell here on the Crypto Live Show. Shout out to everybody on the live. Thank you for helping me stay entertained. And honestly, you people are helping me get through these hard times. You think it's easy to live stream every day when everyone's freaking out. You got to maintain mental toughness, mental clarity. The people that have discipline, focus, and mental clarity now are the people that will rise the hardest during this time. Remember that. Use me as your guide, man. Keep pushing. Don't stop. You've seen me do this before. We went through the bear market way worse than this. 69,000 all the way to 15,000. I doubled my trading group. We continued to push. All the other YouTube channels were falling off a cliff. We continued to push to the upside on a hardcore trajectory. We don't stop. We go through these meme groups, people that get famous and then get unfamous. I've seen it all, man, in the last 5 years now in crypto. Not at all, but a lot. True insanity in the space. So we're overbought on the 4-hour time frame. We did get across to the MACD, and we do have a bit of, there's a chance this could power through. There is a chance, and, above the dotted line, there is momentum. Getting a bit of a bearish cross there, but we're at the top. And again, it is a resistance point. I mean, we did hit resistance. You can't say we didn't. We have a wick there. Right there, you could even, it's like local resistance area. But bounce, 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 wick, and basically right to that key area. That's going to be 96,200 for Bitcoin. So, are we going to make a bit of a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder? And, I've refrained from saying ALRIGHT because CryptoFace, you're in my head now. But maybe it's good. You got me changing my speech patterns here to keep it clean, so I don't repeat that same word over and over again. I'm doing the best I can. I'm sure it'll come out at one point today. So we're looking for this bit of a right shoulder. We're looking for a higher low. We want our day to be saved here on that 4-hour time frame. Same thing here on the 1 hour. We're looking for the right shoulder on the 1 hour time frame. We did come back to the 21-day moving average. If you trade with me on the 21, every time we pump away for the 21, we will come back to the 21. This is what I teach over and over again. So let me show you right here. We're on the 21. We're in a bit of a flag. If we could pump, you pump. If you pump, every time you pump, look, you gap away from the 21-day moving average. Gap away for the 21-day moving average. Gap away for the 21-day moving average. Look what happens. Gap away. What happens? You came back down to the 21. 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 I know I sound insane, right? Pumps back to the 21. 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 Loses, it goes to the 200. When you lose the 200, you go to the 21, you usually go to the 200. Pumps back to the 21. Pumps back to the 21. Watch this. This will blow your absolute mind. And I can show you this in real time. And this is why whenever I'm in a trade and we pump, I get out when we're far away from the 21-day moving average. So look at what's happening now for Bitcoin. Look at this. They are toying with people, man. They love messing with the 100x leverage people that don't know how to trade. So look, where did we just bounce? The 200 MA on the 15-minute time frame. What are we making? A possible shoulder, head, and right shoulder. What could this turn into? An ascending triangle. Why? Because I studied this. Ascending triangles are basically made up of inverted head and shoulders. Cup and handles. The money printer lives inside. Let me show you. I'm going to teach you something that's going to blow your mind. I actually have a short video on this in my in the short section, in my shorts, I bet I could find it. It wasn't that long ago. This is why I reality every single time, of course. Are you seeing this? Yeah, see that inverted head and shoulder inside of the ascending triangle? I think that may be the video there where I did it. Oh yeah, right here. This will blow your mind. Check this out. Check this out. This is pretty cool. Bear with me here. I attempt to teach you something every day. I hope I can. That's a beautiful inverted head and shoulder on Tima. So there you have it. I mean, you're bouncing off the 786. That's textbook technical analysis right there. And mind you, this is another reason why that is the cup and that is the handle, right? And there's your cup and handle with the bigger measured move too. And then what I also learned, which was crazy, was we got the flat top and that's an ascending triangle. So the cup and handle, the inverted head and shoulder, and the ascending triangle were all the same. The money printer. That's the money printer right there. You see? Boom. That's it. This is it. We're teaching you this stuff every time. That's what they're doing on the NASDAQ every day in Leverage Mastery. This is it. Okay? This is the algorithm right here. The liquidation event. Right there. That is right there. You'd pull that. I guarantee you've got your divergence right there. So that's your divergence. Liquidation. Higher low. Movement up. Consolidation. This is how they reverse price. If you study this model, this is how they reverse price. We've done this 1,000 times on my live stream, and then we've watched them squeeze the shorts to the upside over and over and over again. If you can understand so much of what I'm teaching you, your mind will be blown. You'll be on another level. You'll be able to see stuff like this before it happens. You won't be the guy that got liquidated today, and you'll be kind of, you'll just be free. You won't be full of all this nonsense. I see so much nonsense, honestly, around trading, crypto, Twitter, and people just repeating stuff that honestly hasn't even been back tested enough. But anyway, who cares? When you know, you know. The empty barrel makes the loudest noise. You just got to show and prove every single day. So we're looking for this to break out. I mean, honestly, that looks like it might even just continue to pump hard right now. Just because the way the stochastics are looking makes me attempt to kind of make a flag out of this and say, hey, is that just going to break out of this flag and just do some crazy damage? It looks unlikely. See how, but the stochastics look amazing. They're pointing to the upside with a double bottom. That's a bullish sign there. And so what was the catalyst? To bounce off the 200 MA. Pull away everything else. What did we bet? Why? Because the 200 MA is so powerful, my friends. Once you get above it, you can move. Once you bounce off it, it can create support. It doesn't mean everything's ready to go. We're going to watch this consolidation. Look, this is it. Think about it. It's the 15-minute time frame. I'm going to hold shift right now, hold down, and go sideways. Look, that's going to take 3. That could take 4 hours. People have no idea how patient you have to be. I may wait 2 to 3 hours to make my next big trade and nail it. You don't have to chase the 1 minute all day long. I've been trading the 15-minute more. Why? Because of what they just did there. Look. Today I was in the 15-minute. I could see things weren't going to go right. I was able to keep moving my stop and take small losses or break-even ends. And had I been on the smaller time frames, I probably would have got rocked. You see what I'm saying? So you got to know when the market's extra volatile. This is just like, I love the analogy to surfing. When you're trading, it's just like surfing. When the waves are really, really volatile and coming at you fast, you don't go in and out constantly. You're unlikely to get your head rocked against a rock or something's going to happen to you. Unless you're one of the greatest surfers on earth when you like the volatility, but that comes with expertise, right? Most people would be like, all right, I might take 1 or 2 rides and be happy that I made it out. Same thing with volatility, and that's why we call it waves, liquidity, right? There's a very deep connection between water and trading. Look at all the words we use, all right? And that's why, so when the waves are nice and coming at you, that's a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's why you want to trade. But we had a banking holiday. We had a red folder last night. Let's take a look at Forex Factory and show you kind of what's happening throughout the day and tomorrow. I believe Friday we have unemployment at 8:30 in the morning. Unemployment claims Friday. I'm telling you right now, take a sticky. Take a sticky. Write down unemployment claims on it and stick it on the front of. You know why? I've done it in Siri. I've done it on. Nothing works for me. I run in and out the shower. I'm working out. Your kid could be just about to one of my kids could be like crying or something. I have to run out and look at them. And then I come right back in and I open a trade just because my mind's not there. and I forget 8:30. You know, it's happened to me before. I've told my entire group, 8:30, I've been on it. I've told everybody about it, and then at 8:30 that morning, I've like opened up a trade. It's very rare, but it's happened to me. So put a sticky on the front of your desk, man, and write 8:30 a.m. morning unemployment, just to keep yourself from doing something foolish right at that volatile time. Or from taking advantage. Maybe you want to take advantage of it, but at least know that it's happening, right? Hey, Lifer, a big fan. Joined the trading group yesterday. Already in gains. Can you check the analysis on Telcoin? Shout out to Pratik Mehta. Already in gains and you joined yesterday. God bless you, man. Thank you so much for saying that. And thank you for a super chat. May God bless you. And thank you so much for jumping on into the trading group. That's awesome. I love hearing that. And you just made my day. If I get one comment like that a day, I joined yesterday already in the gain. It tells me that I created a great business that's doing something right. And may God bless you, man. Thank you. Let's take a look at Telcoin. So we're looking for Bitcoin to go sideways here. Hold 96,000. Hold the 200 MA on the 15. If we lose the 200 MA on the 15, then today's lackluster. We're likely going to dump. And I'd be looking for us to double bottom or come back down somewhere to at least here at 95,000 and then down to 93.4. That hasn't happened yet. That's not beginning to happen, but we could. So the bear scenario today is that this 15-minute time frame will make you an M. You will have heavy resistance that you cannot break back above at about 96,005. And you roll over, lose the 200 MA, and go to the downside. The bullish thing is you'll make some type of right shoulder here, you'll consolidate, and we will break out in 2 to 3 hours, 4 at the most, and head back up here to 97,969 and 79 cents. A lot of nines there. And, you know, and I'll be a happy camper. Only time will tell. We got to get back above 97.2. That's that weekly support and resistance that we've talked about so many times before. And so, yeah, there's really, I don't see anything too crazy right now. Let's get into, I'll look at the very small time frames and see if I see a scalp happening or something brewing here. Okay, let's take a look. And I'm on MEXC here. They have amazing demo trading abilities, futures. You go to demo trading. You got to learn how to click the buttons. You got to learn what you're doing. Please do not leverage trade if you don't know what you're doing. Please. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Don't do what you see people do on YouTube. If you don't know, if you don't have a model, if you don't have it set in stone, if you don't know what you're doing, please don't do something because everyone else is doing it. It feels like a fad. I didn't even know what leverage trading was for 9 years of my life. I was trading what's called a Direxion Daily Global ETF. Like, I didn't know it was leverage because it was, I could buy it, but it was this. It used to be a 3x lev. This was JNUG. It pumps when gold pumps. I would trade this all the time. I traded this for 4.5 to 5 years on the New York Stock Exchange. ARCA, right? ARCA, baby, ARCA. And this is really how I got my legs into trading JNUG. Trade's just the same. Look, when the moving averages get tight, I get in. When they get far apart, you start taking some profits, and that's when you want to consolidate. If you're bullish, you're going to consolidate sideways and then continue further to the upside. If you're bearish, you're going to fall down into a wedge. You pull your Fibonacci, and you either buy the Fibonacci Golden Pocket 786 bounce money printer, or you wait for consolidation sideways. That's your buy zone. That's your buy zone. Either way, you don't make a trade until you see the model play out and execute. This is the same thing I do on almost every single stock, coin, or asset in the entire world. It's a foolproof plan for me, and it plays out more because I'm either going to buy the 618, I'm either going to see that we're in for a bear market pullback and things don't look good, or I'm going to consolidate bullishly, and the odds of this breaking out. Now, I've seen us consolidate bullishly and then dump. It can happen. It doesn't mean, I've waited all the way here, then it still hasn't played out. It's okay, but most of the time, that's not what happens. Right? Let's get back. My man says he wants to get in. He's sniping. He wants to snipe that 1 minute, you say, eh? Yeah, I'm watching the 1 minute flag here and seeing if it could get me some guans, baby, guans. Some gains, baby, gains. They called him Sammy Gaines, the everyday hitter, never quitter. Can he step up to the plate again and hit it out the park? He's here at the Green Monster. Sammy Price at the plate, 3-2. First pitch coming. So here's the deal. It's a 5 for 17, 5-1 risk reward ratio, above the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame, getting tight with the 21. That's the sauce that I look for. 96,888, 880 is my target. The stop loss would be 96,027. 150 for 500 would be a nice trade scalp there. I'll take it because we're above the 200 MA. We'll see what happens. I could easily get stopped out here. Do not do what I'm doing. All right. Look at that thing pumping. That's how you make $30 in under 10 seconds. But we'll see what happens. That hasn't, I don't like counting my chickens before they hatch. It looks good so far, but let's see if it can maintain $40 in under a minute. The book by Sam Price. Ooh, 13. And then it could also be how to lose $150 in 2 seconds. So I don't like to talk ish at all. Let's see what happens here. Out the flag. I do like to play the 200 MA. I like the 21 near price action. This is a key model that I play over and over again. It tends to pay me. I don't know if it will this time, but it tends to pay me. So let's see what happens. I'm just playing probability. I have no idea what's going on. I know nothing but the fact about ignorance. Please don't think I'm a genius if I hit this trade. Please don't think I'm a loser if I lose this trade. All I'm doing is taking a probability. That's it. All right? Don't build me up. Don't break me down. Just have some fun with me and see what happens. And just know that I have the guts to take the trade live. And at the very least, respect me for that. All right? Respect me for that. And may God bless everybody watching on the stream today. Thank you so much for sharing your most precious asset, which is your time. Without your time, we have no stream. There is no like button, and we can't push it to the upside. So thank you so much for becoming subscribers, for being a part of this mission that I'm on every single day. No days off, 7 days a week. Pushing our limits, seeing how far we can take it in the crypto space, and helping people on board learn and strive every single day. So again, you do not have to leverage trade for any reason. I just want to make that very, very clear. I made a lot of money spot trading. All right. I think leverage trading for someone that has really figured out their way in spot, have done a lot of research, posted a lot of charts, have done their studying, and then it's time to use an extra tool. But that's it. It should just be an added tool and nothing more, nothing less. Look, I got to stop at everything. You should be trading it just like you trade spot. It should be no different. Right? I know exactly what I'm going to lose in this trade. It's already planned out. It's a $72,000 trade, $2,700 in there at 27x leverage, the 27 on 27. It's pretty high risk. And why? Well, we had a banking holiday. Tuesday was it, we're a bit sideways. It seems like the volume's a little off as well because of that. So there's a chance that I don't win this trade. So just be careful. And if I lose in front of you, again, don't call me a loser. If I win, don't call me a genius. Just let the trade play out and do its thing. It's just a game of probabilities. We are just rolling the dice, all right, in a game of probabilities here. The only thing I know is that when we're above the 200 MA, more than likely I do win the trade. It doesn't mean I'm going to win it. Let's get back to our bigger time frames for a split second. So yeah, I'm waiting for the 15-minute to do its thing. I may have scalped that small time frame, but I'm waiting for the 15-minute to do its thing. This is the trade I'm really looking for. If in 2 to 3 hours we go sideways, that would look really nice. It would be an inverted head and shoulder, and there would be a chance I could win this trade. So not much I could talk about. I showed you a scalp in the small time frame. We're kind of, nursing that, seeing what's happening. And then I'm talking about how we're going to wait for the bigger time frame move. And look, it looks like this may lower high dump on me too. Let's see, crazy how fast I was up in a second. Remember, I was up, and that's leverage trading, up $30 in under 10 seconds. Maybe you should take it immediately. Look, they might snipe me out that fast. I don't like when you lose the 21-day moving average. That's a rare signal. Usually we get a pump from here. So it's already not playing out like it usually does for me, personally. Usually this trade just continues to carry through because you got the crossover of the 21 with the 200 MA, and that 9 out of 10 times creates a catalyst for a move to the upside. I'm like, make me look smart. Bounce, baby, bounce. Blow on it. Let it wiggle. See if Sammy can win this one. Trying to decimate me right here. No, make me look stupid, huh? All right. Last chance is the smooth moving average that may hold me, but it doesn't look good. It looks kind of iffy. Ugh. Sketchy business on that long. And again, I really didn't want to take the 1 minute scalp. I think I kind of got a little edged on, but we were above the 200 MA. It looked somewhat nice. I've seen that play out many times. So, hey, it is what it is. You only have to win 3 out of 10. So if I lose, I lose. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. No. No. No, you will not touch me and violate me. Don't violate me. Boom. It could be a shoulder, head, right shoulder, but I don't know, man. It's fighting. Now it's below the smooth. When you're below the smooth, usually no go. No good. Let's see, though. I may get saved by the bell here. Oh, man. What a bounce for Sammy. He could stay. Don't come closer. Don't come closer. Come closer. Is it come closer? Come closer. Don't come closer. Stop loss. Don't come closer to me. Don't come closer to me, dang you. Stay the heck away from me. Why you got a wick like that? Off the 200 May. Now we're in a tight spot. Oh, they're playing with my nerves now. Don't you dare. Stay away. Man, you bounced so nicely. Wow, what a play. See, they play people. Look at that. They brought it up. Made people think that was a bounce. Probably people got to run in there. They're going to snipe me. Oh. 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 My God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yo, I love trading, man. Yo, by the skin of my hair on my chinny chin chin, yo. Come on, let me hold this, baby. Let me hold this, baby. Let's go. Oh, my. Yo, look at that, dude. Oh, my. Yo, look at that candle, baby. Sammy stays alive. Sammy stays alive. There's nobody better. Oh, this is great, man. You can't beat this stuff, man. Look at the wick on that. Oh, man. I don't care if it's a tiny amount of money. I love the game, man. I love the game. To me, it's about the game, bro. I probably get stopped out in 2 seconds and you'll laugh at me like, what a loser for getting excited, right? Over barely getting stopped out. But bang, man. They had me at hello, bro. I sniped in. Yo, I sniped in, yo. Now I'm seeing the candle, baby, the candle. What if this thing goes on a monster move now? It'd be so... if that goes on a monster move, it would be so epic. This stream would be the most epic stream ever. Like, this would be just amazing. Anyway, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. Let's take it one step at a time. No hope, only pain. You know what I mean? Wow, that was insane. We need some money moves, Cardi B style. Here's something like, that was so crazy, man. Like, oh my gosh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Anyway, let's get back into what's happening in the broader markets. We're gonna take a look at the total market cap and all of the altcoins total 3. I want to see what's happening to total 3. All right, and let me put some lime into this water. I'm getting a little parched here. The excitement has me a bit sweaty. The excitement has me a bit sweaty. Okay, let's keep moving here. Total 3. All right. Can we hold total 3? So I'm gonna start with my weekly. Okay, so let's talk about something for a second. I don't know why this coin keeps coming up. It looks like it's pumping. I don't even know what it is. I don't even think it's real. I just put hood in one day and is this real? Is this really up 59%? Anyway, it doesn't matter to me. All right, let me just show you something here. Let's take a look at, okay, SWE. Let's go back to when SWE was doing damage in a good uptrend and pumping, right? On like, let's just say the 1 hour time frame. And bear with me, I'm going to show you something now, and we're going to bounce back into BTC. And we're going to show you, or to the total market cap. So when a coin's hot, what it does is it pumps, and it rides the 21-day moving average. Usually, maybe even the 4 hour would be the best. But something like this. It'll pump hard away from the 21. And you'll see me do this all the time. I said, now I'm going to flag it out and wait for my next trade, right? This is like Sam Price. You know what I mean? Nobody else does it like this. Not the way I do it. This is my unique style that I own, that's known all around the internet. They call me Sammy Cup and Handy. Why? Because I trade the cup and handle. I traded it so much that I got a nickname. I don't know who gave me the nickname. I honestly don't remember who said it. I don't believe I came up with it. Somebody said it on the live stream or something. Sammy Cup and Handy. Maybe I came up with it. I don't know. I honestly don't know where it came from. I just knew I drew so many cup and handles that people called, Does anybody know who came up with the idea? Does anyone know? Some of you lifers might know. Someone might be like, I was the one. It was me. I came up with it. It's such a good learning experience to watch one of the best traders go through the process. So we're waiting for this to come back down to the 21-day moving average, right? And then pump. Boom. Once it touches the 21, we're out. And this is what I do for a living. And I capture this move. I capture this move on the daily. I capture this move on the 4-hour. I capture this move on the weekly. I capture this move on the 1 minute. So let's get back to Total 3. Total 3 is doing exactly that. All right. It pumped. It got away from the 21-day moving average, and it had to come back down to the 21. Now, if you lose the 21, you can hit the 50, and then there's chances of going to the 200. But if you can hang on the 21, that's just a bull flag. So it almost says that all coins are just making a bull flag and getting ready for a pump. And again, yesterday I was close to capitulating my Solana. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not lying to you. Like, I was close when an OG trader that's been in the game for 9 years is I was visualizing opening my wallet, sending it to the exchange, and cashing out. Because I just, I felt like I had been, just been whipped enough. And I was kind of like, I don't want to get whipped anymore. Like, I don't want to be emotionally, and again, I was willing to lose, but you still have hopes and dreams. I don't care if you put $10 in and you want it to turn into $100. Like, I'm a hopeless romantic optimist. So like, I already envision my money blowing up before it blows up. And when things don't go that way, I'm like, man, I had dreams, I had hopes. I mean, I get over it quickly, and I continue to vibe out, and I find ways to be positive. But I'm not going to lie to you. Like, let's get real. Now, did I actually go send the money in and sell it? No, I did not. I held like a true warrior of the light, like a concrete, So this still looks bullish to me. And what this would be what's called an ascending cup and handle, where the cup is moving to the upside. And I've seen this play out many, many times. You would also trade this wick to wick. And you can see on that liquidation, we just came to the golden pocket. Didn't even get to the 786. And so it would tell me that, and we could still go down like this. Also bleed a little more till the 618 and then break out. So it doesn't mean we're done yet, but it's starting to create a pretty good structure that could say we're going to make a higher low. Previous support will be resistance. And that's going to bounce. The 618 golden pocket also coincides with the resistance at 770, which is now support like 780. They got me. They got me on a stop, and it's high risk, high reward. So now what I do is I'm not going to chase or trade again. I'll just kind of wait it out. And if they pump it, they pump it. Who cares? But now I know, look, you're below the 200 MA. No good. That's not a good sign. Now you don't want to see the 5 minute lose the 200 MA. If the 5 minute loses the 200 MA, it's kind of a wrap. And it's interesting. I did look at this earlier today. It kind of resembles a bit of a diamond, right? Just kind of has some diamond vibes. And if you go in the bottom, you can come out the bottom. But we'll see. So now, if you're really bullish, you're attempting to see what's going to happen on the day. You don't want to lose the 200 MA on the 5 minute time frame. You lose the 200 MA in the 5 minute time frame, you're going to drop somewhere here to about 95,474. All right. Now, if I cared about losing $150, I don't like losing a trade, but if it bothered me to lose $150, I'd be pretty soft. All right. That's why you don't put what you're willing. You put a very little amount when you know the market's sketchy. So if you lose, you don't give it down. If I lost $1,500 to $2,000 right now in front of you, I'd be pretty pissed. I'm being honest. I don't get pissed, but I wouldn't be happy about it. And I would have over risked. So when I think the market's sketch, I don't risk a lot. When I believe in something and I see a big move, I go hard. 200, a $250,000 trade, $300,000 trade, a couple times almost $1 million trade, and I'll get to $1 million trades. Just when the market's ripe and right, I'm going to use my model with bigger amounts. So see what I did here? We got this like uptrending trend line. We got this flat, and you're just going to kind of watch price action dabble in here and range. It looks like it may just range for the rest of the day. I wouldn't get too crazy. If it loses the 200 and the 5, you'd have to think that we're going to come and test 94.9, and then if it loses that, you have to think we're going to come test 93. So there could be some short opportunities here if you lose this trend line and the 200 MA. But for the most part, it looks like we're most likely go sideways. Might be kind of a nothing burger on the day here. So yeah, looking at total 3 for the altcoins. At first we had this beautiful flag. It looked great. That didn't play out, but now we got, when the flag breaks down, you turn into a falling wedge. And it still looks like we could be in this could be a beautiful accumulation zone for the altcoins. If the total market cap was losing the 200 MA and we were in a bad space, that's bearish, but that's not a bear market. You have a low, you have a high, you have a low, you have a high, you have a higher low. That's a beautiful uptrend. This is the market of all the altcoins excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then we can look at others.d, and that's in a similar place, a very similar place. Okay, and it's at the 786 bounce too, which shows that accumulation, higher lows. Again, if you end up losing 8.2%, you could fall down to 5. That's not going to be a good look. But right now, things are looking pretty good. Others.d is all the other altcoins, most of the altcoins. Crypto total market cap excluding top 10 dominance, you see? Including the top 10 coins. So it kind of shows you where we're at with the smaller market cap coins. Now we bounce the coin market cap. We show you kind of what's hot today compared to the rest of the market. Pancake had that little run up, so it did have to pull back quicker than everything else. Wow, 11.62 million cryptos. Like, come on, man. Just too much. Wow, Floki up 3%. Never thought memes would come back. Floki getting a bounce. It's pretty interesting to see Floki getting a bounce. That's good for me because it tells you, hey, Myro may get a bounce. Everything may get a bounce. And remember, Hyperliquid never lost that 2022 area. Still on my radar, consolidating very nicely for a possible double up. It may take weeks to happen, but hey, a gain is a gain. Biggest winner of the entire week, really, is this 35% pump for Sonic. Phantom, Andre Conjay, people getting a bit of a buzz and saying, hey, there's still more action. Also, I've been DCAing and building a bag of OCN right now, XCN. It's holding its own pretty nicely compared to the rest of the market. Caspa holding 10 cents is pretty nice, up 16% in 7 days too compared to the rest of the market. So altcoins did bounce back a little bit. Cardano holding 75, Ondo holding above $1, and Sui holding $3. Injective Protocol also slightly impressive move there for 5% in a week, holding above 14. And Solana almost losing 163, getting low there, but getting a bit of a bounce back to the upside. A little bit of FUD yesterday, and remember, we're sick whenever Jupe's below $1. Whenever Jupe's back above $1, things are going well. Remember, I tell you this. Like, Jupe is the indicator of the market. Jupe is below 85, 90. We're usually, again, it does tell you that's usually accumulation when Jupe's low. And funny, when Jupe's like at 120, it's time to sell. When Jupe's at 72, it's time to buy. It's been an amazing indicator. I've said it many times too. This has been on my radar. Dexy, it had a bit of a move. I'll look at that in a little while too. And Kaya, I'll look at Kaya too. It's just a newer coin, but nothing to go crazy over. I believe Render is a beautiful buy there, 419. I own a big bag of Render, so of course, I believe Near is a big buy there at 318. They showed some interesting content the other day on one of their live streams. Helped the price pump, I guess, a little bit. Got them in the news. Atom, 4.63%. A great place to stake, really, in my humble opinion. One of the best earners at 13% APY for Atom. So, again, there's still some opportunity in this market. It's not all bad. Chainlink still holding some nice gains at 17, too, as well. I wouldn't go scraping the bottom and looking for some of the lowest coins. Look at this mystery, though. So some altcoins, and funny, even one guy, yeah, of course, yesterday, this guy, and again, don't buy this, don't say, I'm just looking at it because I'm always like interested. Found this coin last night called HIBER. I'm looking at EAOs, which are, we'll talk about those in a second. But, we're not done with the entire virtual space and with AI agents, and they can still build. And they can outbuild the rest of the market to keep pushing. So how are they going to disappear? If technology is going to continue to rise, we're going to use the internet, and we're going to use tech. Then how do AI agents still continue to wreck shop? Right? So that's just, but one thing I wanted to look at Yeah, FEFE, right? This guy's like, this is by Matt Fury. It's the next one. You just gotta. And I mean, they're just like, I can't take it anymore. I'm like, I was getting sick of memes. Remember, before the memes collapsed, I got sick of memes. But you know what I've learned and what I found out is it seems like people aren't done. Like, I don't know if they'll ever be done. You know, their want for greed in this market doesn't seem to ever be, their thirst for greed is never quenched. I watch you every morning to get a solid hold of the crypto market. Best TA in the game. Shout out to Blue Collar Crypto. God bless you for the $5 super chat. May God bless you. Thank you so much for the love. And yeah, Bitcoin now struggling. Oh, no, got the bounce. Looks like it's going sideways there after they snipe me. So nice. So nice of you to do. Snipe me in front of the crowd. But not bad. You got to handle, you know, if your system has to be able to handle getting sniped. If not, you could cross leverage and sit there all day and then mitigate if you'd like. I don't have the time. I have 3 kids and a family, so I like to get in and out of my trades. I like my brain to be clear. So for mental clarity, I don't trade cross and I don't use high leverage, but we do trade that, and some people do that in my trading group. If you run multiple businesses like me, you own properties, you have to sit and talk to people constantly. You know, you want your trades to be pretty finite, in and out. For me, in and out. You don't want them to be sitting there. You don't have to mitigate. You don't have to add. You don't have to make a bunch of decisions every single time the market doesn't go your way. I like to cut it off or cut it on. You know what I mean? I like to go in or go out. It is what it is. Nice little bounce there, though, of 95.8. It's kind of doing what I would like it to do. The low there on that 33-minute time frame. And that's why I would have just listened to my instinct. Only trade the 15-minute today. You can also DCA. You can put a position here, put a position there. I can make 3 or 4 buys into one position. Look at you, my little chess player. So cute. My little daughter's playing with a chessboard. So yeah, we're still looking for Bitcoin to go sideways. We're looking at the total market cap and all of the cryptocurrencies of the altcoins. I gotta show you that we're still not in the worst place possible. Remember Sand, Ocean, and Waves? If you were in my trading group back in the day, it was one of our favorite coins to trade. Sand, Ocean, and Waves, baby. And if you look at Waves, it just looks like, to me, like it's consolidating. You know, it has this uptrend, but it had, you know, this basically a head and shoulder pattern. But see if it could bounce and get tight in there, and there's a chance Waves is going to break out. What's interesting is the biggest, when we had a big altcoin season, Waves was the first coin to pump. It pumped huge, and then like every other coin followed. I remember this specifically. And so now when I see Waves consolidating, and look, if you look at it, Waves is up from 129 to 177 since the end, you know, February 9th. Waves is actually in an uptrend. So while the rest of the market is creepily not there's coins that are actually fighting the trend, and they're counter trading the trend, and Waves is one of them. Waves is actually in an uptrend. You can clearly see it has a higher low, and now it's consolidating with the tight moving averages in the 1 hour time frame. This thing could break out to 250. Be careful of the low volume market. They may whip it down here and then whip it back up. I see a lot of this stop hunt action. You know, you may want to put a limit order where you think they could stop you out and see what could play out. But I've seen that a lot when the market begins, because you don't have the liquidity. Not many people have the guts to get in, so they can easily snipe out the you know, whoever's kind of bold enough to take the trade. So you're saying the coin makes waves, and who's out here? I didn't get a chance to look at the stream right now. I'm just really focused on what's going on in the teaching. Shout out to the 2,166 beautiful souls here. Chat revenue is $42, 556 likes. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for letting me promote my class, which is going to be this Saturday. All right, I'm going to thank you in advance for that. My class is this Saturday. Jump on into class. It is $150. I'm going to teach you what people are charging $3,000 for. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to give you a PowerPoint. I'm going to give you homework. And after 2 months of kind of doing what I teach you, you should be able to see the markets in a completely different way. Jump on into class today and find out more. It will be this Saturday. We're getting very close to class. I do not take days off. I even work on Saturday. So I can't wait to see you in class. Hit the QR code to find out more. God bless you all. Thank you. Talk about AI agents. I urge you to look into CONVO on Soul. It's the first AI agent. Yeah, we know CONVO. We looked at it many times. Thank you. Team has an ex-Tesla engineer. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, we'll take a look at it right now. but we know this coin. We've looked at it many times. This one with the WTF, right? There's two different ones though. I believe this is the one that you're looking at, but this one has a 5.9. Which one is it? Yeah. Walk away with gratitude, walk towards abundance. Both are chapters in your success story. Amen. 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 Okay. Thank you. The one on Solana. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, very small market cap, but it is pretty flat. You say it's got an engineer, Tesla, something like that. And we'll find out. It looks interesting. Who knows? I'm kind of like reserved at this point. I'm like, enough is enough, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Follow me at CryptoLifer33. I'd greatly appreciate it. On our way to 40,000 followers. And on Twitter, on X, sorry, follow me on X. And you can hit our polls, interact with me, see what's happening in the back end. I'm up late at night eating pudding, find out more, you know, jump on it. What? What, you don't like pudding? Come on now. You know, everyone wants to know how to make the perfect pocket square. I've never told you. I'm going to reveal it. Hold the circle, the hand like a circle. Put the pocket square down. I should never teach you guys this, but you know what? I don't know why I'm being so nice. Hand like a circle. Pocket square on top. Push in with the finger. Grab the loop with the thumb. What you're doing is you're making a rose. There's your rose. You take the rose, you slide it into the pocket. Ever so slightly. Oh, this one didn't go so perfect. Hold on. Of course, while everyone's watching. Make sure you're centered. There you go. I usually have a mirror too. You know, if you want this look, all right, if that's what you're going for. You can also fold it. You can make it flat. You can do whatever you want. I just want to show you some tricks of the trade. All right. I prefer hot pockets rather than a pocket square. Hot pockets. Remember that? Isn't that Jim Gaffigan? Anyway, hot pocket. What's the Discord like? It's amazing. What do you like? This ain't it, Sam. That ain't it, Sam. No, it is it though. It is it though. It is it, Marty. Yeah, you don't know what it is. I'll tell you what it is. All right. I showed you what it was before it was even that. All right. Weenie weedy wiki, man. All right. Translate that. Get back to me. I'll catch you on the next one. So look, can we go sideways here on the 15-minute? That's what we're looking for. Super chats, Telcoin, Luigi on Sol, and SOUN stock. Would you do the time frame review? I don't know what that means, but God bless you. I rock the 2-tier straight tie. You're funny, man. Hey, Sam, have you looked at Sonic? Yes, we have. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's pumping today. Sorry, I've been in the meme trenches. It's okay, Marty. Whatever that means. Honestly, can we stop using that? There's no such thing as the trenches. You're gambling your money away. That's what the trenches are. All right. It's not cool. It's not fun. Someone made that up. Some loser made that up. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you're not in the trenches, man. Like, let's stop saying that stuff. I'm being honest. Let's get away from that. Let's not say what everybody else says. Like, it's a bunch of garbage. Like the trend. Yeah, come on, man. I don't even like saying it. We use technical analysis. We forge ahead. We use focus and discipline. You know, whatever they want to call being in the whatever. I don't know what that is, man. Being a degen, hanging out with a bunch of kids in a house and acting like, you know, insider trading all day. That's what that is. You know, the Bears have, yeah, exactly. I'm looking at SWI on the daily 200 MA. You know, whenever we get near the daily 200 MA, whether you bounce or go near it, it's a pretty good area. Now, if you lose it, it looks like you'll come back to 225, but there's a chance that we double bottom and bounce here. All depends on what Bitcoin does. Like, Bitcoin can save the day out that falling wedge. If Bitcoin breaks out the falling wedge, everything breaks out the falling wedge. So what I do now is I accumulate coins that I, you know, maybe a couple nibbles of things that I already have big positions in, but mainly I'm buying BTC. Let's take a look at our Fear and Greed Index back at 44, anything below 50, and it's almost in the shaded region. That would be great if we got into 38. 38, 20, anywhere in there would be absolutely amazing. I will take it. So send us that way, baby. Send us that way. Morning Champ, can you take a look at Tesla, China Rival, NIO? Thank you so much. Oh, that coin, that thing got slammed years ago. My buddy was trading that and it got absolutely pounded to the ground. I remember when this thing was like, it was ripping and then it just got, yeah, look at it. This thing is like in the dump. Tesla rival. Please. Please. You call that a Tesla rival? A pump and dump from China? Let's get real, man. Sorry, I gotta be honest. It's just like, anyway, it's at the bottom of its barrel. If you believe in the company and you look at the balance sheet and you think there aren't holes and squeaky leaks in it, then by all means. It's doing that Adam and Eve, slanted Adam and Eve that I see on a lot of altcoins. There's your Adam, and there's the Eve. It's just slanted. And then you break it down. We did backtest this on a coin, and it did play out. So it says that this will break out eventually from your bottom. I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't do this. And to me, it's below its 200 MA. It's been in a bear market for a long, long time. You want to trade bear market coins? Or you want to buy the bottom? If you believe in the coin, if you've looked at the balance sheet, you know who runs the I would have to know who runs this team. I would have to be able to be on calls on quarterly earnings and actually see who the heck is there. See how they respond. You know, you're looking for that falling wedge to break back out. Maybe you get back up above the 200 MA. If it got back above the 200 MA in the 3-day chart, I'd take it seriously for a swing, possibly maybe back to 15. I mean, that thing's at the bottom of its barrel, my man. Guy, and maybe he's a gal too. I don't know exactly. I believe, you know. And the weekly is beat to the ground. Nothing tells me it's going to reverse. Yeah. That thing's horrible. Love when I tune in and you're setting somebody straight. I mean, I hope I wasn't setting anybody straight. We're a professional trading group that makes decisions on charts and probabilities 100%. If you like, I could try and set up something for you where we could talk a convo in a space and experience the tech. That'd be kind of cool, yeah. Email cryptolifers@gmail. Probably meant NIO stock. He didn't mean NIO stock. This is NIO stock, my man. You didn't know that? NIO Inc. right here. This is NIO stock. I like this guy. These people are like, are you not paying attention? See, before you wrote that, you should have typed in NIO and looked at the price, and you would have seen I'm talking about the stock. So you could have answered that question before you made that comment, but you weren't thinking clearly. I love you, though. God bless you. Shout out to Hus Nation. Thank you for being here, and may God bless you. I don't mean to be rude. I tell it how it is. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, but it's all right. We'll get there. We'll get there together at the end of the day. Let's take a look at Telcoin here on MEXC. So Telcoin just had a monster week. Up huge. Up absolutely huge. Monster. Out of nowhere, just ripped, right? And then we drew this Fibonacci. Someone asked me about it like a week ago. And I said, well, if it goes sideways, boom. I said, if it comes back down to the 618, you know. And I drew this. And I drew both these lines. It's somewhere here. So someone must ask me about Telcoin like 2 days ago. And I said something like this. And if it came back down here to the 786 or the golden pocket, that would be a buy. If it went sideways, that would be a buy. And you'd buy here or there. See? And this happens. Once it happens, you can erase the lateral one. And you can be like, well, it took the downward trend line. Then it broke out after the bounce off the 618 golden pocket. I think it was a 786. Again, that is the money printer, my friends. Just an elongated version of it. You know, I'd use it there at the 618 golden pocket. So, but there's your move. I've been doing this for years. Before even I executed on the 1 minute, I was doing it for years on the 1 hour, on the 3 day, on the daily. You see, I've been using the 618 golden pocket for years on end. Then I started realizing that this is how they reverse price in the small time frame. So then my years of doing this in the bigger time frames converted to my smaller time frame, and that means that everything you do, all the time that you put into trading, will converge into the most beautiful set of information that your mind will ever have. And you'll be the indicator. No one will be able to beat you. You'll be able to see the market in a different way. It'll be your emotions that stop you, right? Low risk on high risk days, high risk on low risk days. Trade the same way every time. Just change the position size. That's what I do. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say to you should be taken as financial advice. Look for Telcoin to continue sideways, similar to kind of Bitcoin. Get the golden cross and boom. I see Telcoin headed to the golden spot there, 014634. Bang, bang, bang. I've got a huge bag of render. I'm underwater. What's going to happen? Let's take a look at render. They got it on Binance. They got it on Messe. So wow, after a huge dump there at 397, we already got a bounce back, a inverted head and shoulder, tussling with the 15-minute 200 If it gets above that 200 on the 15-minute, it could boom all the way back to 458 pretty nicely. So that's one good sign on the small time frame. Wow, on the weekly, it's the lowest it's ever been really on the, since it hit MEXC. We'll take a look at it on Binance, where it just has a bigger chart. I mean, it depends on Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin dumps, like you could see a 261 render, right? Could be one more flush out. Thing is, if they flush that out, they could bounce it right back, and then like 2 weeks from now, it'd just be, you'd be right back where we are, and then we'd start to pump again. You know, I made a big statement to my trading group last night, and I'm gonna, I guess, repeat it to everybody here because I think it's worth you hearing. But last night, like, I didn't see a lot of altcoins that were amazing to trade, right? So I said, alts will be fun to trade, but not tonight. You have two choices: to stick into the belief that we will still have an alt season, and this FUD will blow over, so you DCA into strong projects and only expand as we get better confirmation. Like, if we get a bigger move, we'll get some bigger moves of bigger coins, and then some altcoins, and then you can be like, oh, no, maybe I can start playing these smaller trades, you know? Or I can swing trade maybe a couple of these, you know, trades that look more promising, but not until we get that confirmation. So, and that's what I mean by expand, right? And we get confirmation of a bullish move, or you pack it in and hold your capital for better days. No one can tell you what to do, right? As I'm not a financial advisor. I put in what I'm willing to lose, so I'm in for the long haul, and I can handle the downside. But you must make the decision and stick with it. If you flip-flop here, you will get chewed up and lose most, if not all of your capital. More than likely, that's what's going to happen. All right? If you do not have a plan that you stick to, you will flip-flop. I'm telling you right now, it's happened to me. It's happened to everybody. I've watched people do it now because I don't do it anymore. And you will get chopped up. All right? It's going to happen. If you're in my trading group, we had those beautiful shorts that we made beautiful calls with. That flag to the downside continued. If you missed the entry, I gave you another flag that continued further to the downside, beautifully hit the target. And then we were able to call this little long that did swing out and pump again, which I took a little profits on. Not amazing, but you know, we went back and forth and nailed it. Hasn't been a lot of crazy calls since then on the altcoins, but you know, we've been trading Bitcoin pretty nicely for the last few days. I did get stopped out today, as you saw, but hey, again, as I told you, it's about handling the losses over here. Anybody can win every day, and that's just not going to happen. Like, you're not a computer, you're not a bot, right? You're not going to win 99% of the. I mean, you might. I've done it, but there's going to be losses. There's going to be times where you trade a probability and the market doesn't go your way. That's it. I mean, that trade was crazy. I was up $50 in like 10 seconds. Almost made me think I should have taken it quickly. When fast money comes, take it, right? So we need to see this break for render back to the top of the channel. It kind of has to happen. Like, if render retests this and drops down, I mean, does it go to 0 though? Or to 279? There's a chance it hits 279. You really need that bounce for render. We're at a pretty tight spot there, but there is a lot of support here in a high volume node suggesting we could get the bounce. Let's take a look at XRP. Someone said XRP is running nicely. So I looked at XRP. Look, even that trade, that flag didn't play out though, right? When we got that nasty liquidation, it wrecked everything. XRP getting back above the 1 hour 200 MA though. You know, someone could make that trade right there with a stop below the 200 and just see how long they could be in the trade. Got to look at things kind of on a bigger time frame. You know, XRP, you know, it has hidden bullish divergence, you see? That swings up while that swings down. Tells you that we should break this high before we break that low. As strange as it sounds. And then can we get this move back to the upside? And then if you really look at it, I mean, isn't that a cup and handle on the daily? That wants to break back to the top of the channel? Now, I know nothing but the fact about ignorance, but that probability looks pretty interesting to me. bouncing back here to the top of the channel for XRP, then getting sideways, pulling the moving averages. Could XRP consolidate and then continue to the upside? The target would take it to $4.83. We could also be collapsing here, shoulder, right shoulder, drop down and retest 221. If we lose 221, I mean, there's a pretty fast gap down to 142. Really depends on what Bitcoin does. I'm a little more bullish than bearish because I'm sick of the bear times, and that candle's looking pretty nice on the daily. It's a bullish engulfing. So look for the daily candle to close bullish engulfing. If it does, there may be a smaller flag to play on XRP as his cup and handle breaks to the upside. Thank you. Yeah, you know, Radium will probably come back too if Solana makes a bounce. And, you know, I'm looking for Deep Book and SWE. Wow, but you can kind of see how that's a shoulder, head, right shoulder. See shoulder, head, right shoulder there at the neckline? I mean, there's a 32% chance it doesn't dump, but that says it could take it all the way to 77 cents and it would just collapse. That means Solana would be done, right? Solana would be cooked. Doesn't look good. It's right at support, though. You gotta, it's like very similar to, you know, render other coins too. Like, you gotta get this balance. If not, like, there could be one more leg down for all of these altcoins. A little sketchy to me. Yeah, I like Pendle there too. Look at it dip down to the 886 retracement. But again, didn't hold the trend line. Pendle peak. Almost all these coins just getting absolutely hammered. You think more people would want to accumulate FET with the ASI connection there too. But look, it's just like all these altcoins. They're right here at this precipice. Like, that looks more like a bear flag, right? Let's be honest. And then that would have a leg down. Imagine if it went to 13 cents. This thing could happen. I mean, shoulder, head, right shoulder there. This looks just like the coin we just showed you. I don't know, man. I don't, I want to build this bullish picture. I don't see it. I go by probabilities. I just don't see it right now. Many are bearishly retesting a broken 786. Yeah, do you think they're trying to crush retail through crushing the altcoins? I mean, they'll just keep crushing them. I think everyone tries to think this stuff through too much. I stopped thinking all that stuff through, and I just said, hey, I'm going to take the market the way I take the market, you know, and if I see bearish tones, I'm bearish. If I see, you know, yeah. Sam, you gifted a master class for my, so February 5th, you never responded to my email. I just resent it. God bless you. Yeah, I don't answer the emails, man. If I did, this more like our company wouldn't run. So someone will answer that email. If you emailed cryptolifers@gmail.com. Some people get my other email. I don't know how they fish it or dig it up, but I am not customer service, and it's going to take me some time. You know, it doesn't take me time. I don't answer the email, so yeah. But answer the email, you'll be all set. All right, we'll stick to our word. I don't know why it wasn't answered immediately. I don't see it. Let me see if I see it. What's your name? Yeah. I don't know. I don't have time at the moment, but yeah. Looks like everything's been answered that I see. I don't see anything that hasn't been answered. Yeah. SOUN, SOUN, Soundhound. So this had a huge pump, but look, I mean, it came back down to the key level. Hold on, why? There we go. So remember, you're in a trade. It goes up huge. You switch to your 3-day chart. Your stochastics are going to get overbought. Your RSI is going to be above the dotted line. Your MACD is going to be extended. You're going to be far away from the 21-day moving average. For the rest of your life, because of me, you're going to be paranoid every time you're away from the 21. One more for you. How about Walgreens? NWA. Thank you so much. We'll take a look at Walgreens. Yeah, Bitcoin just getting that nice bounce right back to entry there too at 96,300. And that's what we expect. We expect it to go somewhat sideways. Nice bounce off that 200 MA too as well. The market might start running here in March, April, and May. catch everyone off sides, and then the top comes in late May. I'm looking, I mean, I don't see a top come in late May, but I see a local top in May. Yeah. Sam, the 5-minute is in an inverted head and shoulder. Yes, it is. You see that shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, but it looks sloppy, like more sideways price action. I'm sticking to that 1 hour, that 15-minute. Yeah. I'm already paranoid because of the 21. Thanks to you, Sam. Yeah, whenever you're in a trade and you're far away from that 21 and you think you don't have to take some profits, I mean, you should rethink your... So right here, this told you that SOUN was coming down. My system said, hey, this is why I trade what I trade. And then it says, hey, a good place to accumulate would be back at the 786, the golden pocket. So you wait. That takes days. Like, think about it. It takes a lot longer than people think it's going to take. I think it's going to take this, like, a short amount of time, but it takes a lot longer. I mean, now you're in the golden pocket, accumulation, retesting previous support as resistance. You're definitely not chasing green candles. It could be the place to maybe possibly, accumulate again. Weekly still looks, weekly looks pretty good to me too, though. Pretty oversold and bouncing back. Some hidden bullish divergence on the weekly. You got swing up, swing down, dude. That's a good sign that you may get a continuation. You'll break that high before you break any of these lows. I like it. It does look like it could be the possible time to begin to accumulate again, and its target goes to 36. Again, I wouldn't touch it, and I know nothing but the fact about ignorance. Yeah. So beautiful. How do you tell hidden bullish divergence? Hidden bullish divergence is when you have a low and a higher low on a bigger time frame with a mountainous mountain, but the RSI is moving down. Stochastics will also be beaten below the dotted line, and you will have in 618 to a 786 retracement. I mean, these three things will all come together, and you'll be near or underneath the 21-day moving average. So near underneath the 21. A higher high, a higher low on the price action with the lower low on the RSI. A Fibonacci retracement between the golden pocket and the 786, and an oversold below the dotted line stochastic. RSI, you have those four things. You throw falling volume with falling price on top of it, and you're likely going to get a reversal. If that doesn't revert, I mean, that's my model. That's the golden pot. Don't you understand? That's the money printer. You can see how everyone basically, everyone learned from me at one point. No matter who, I break it down. It's possible to stake something and APY and then short that in proportion so you hedge it and make 30% passive income, or I'm missing something. Yeah, but the stake is 30% APY. Yeah, you'd have to do the math correctly. There's a chance you could do that if it's done right. But that's your little concoction. I'm celebrating a 30K stock portfolio today. Started this journey with 6K. I've invested on time and always with the right terms. Now I have time for my family and the life ahead of me. God bless you, Mara. Hey, keep doing it. I remember when I first hit 40K, I lost 15,000 trading Jivo stock. And it was a big lesson for me that I had to kind of, pick up where I left off and keep moving. One of the big times of my life where I really had to make it happen and fight off the negative energy. I'm celebrating it, but God bless you on your $30,000 stock portfolio, and may your journey be as long as mine into 10, 15, 20-year journey in the stock market. And may you have a wonderful time as you begin this journey of investment. God bless you. May God bless you. Let's take a look at the fan funny. We got Ando Pancho from my boy Juan. He wanted me to tell you, question mark. That's so funny, man. Juan, I hope you're doing okay, man. Hey, Lifer, big fan. Joined your trading group yesterday. Already in the gains. Can you check Telcoin? Thank you. From Pratik Mehta. Master friend, God bless you. I don't know what that means. Sub Sammy. Love when you break out your bidding line of Raiders suits. Just win, baby. I love you, man. Last bull market, you called Matic or near cup and handle at KuCoin X 3X during the live. Reset is history. Could be a total bluff, but that's what I remember. Last bull, you called Matic or near cup and handle at KuCoin 3X during the live. Yeah. Amen. Yeah, we did get a big pump from that move. Yeah, great show as always. I watch you every morning. A solid hold of the crypto market. Bestie in the game. Shout out to Blue Collar Crypto. Walk away with gratitude. Walk towards abundance. Both are chapters in your success story. Steve Nutt, thank you. Talk about AI agents. I urge you to look at a CONVO. Thank you. Neaton Anand. We took a look at that. Hey, brother, could we check out SOUN? We just looked at SoundHound AI. Have a blessed day. And I like that it is in AI. Thanks for all you do, Lifer. Is there weekly bullish divergence on the others.d chart? Yeah. If you like, let's take a look. Is there weekly bullish divergence? Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. And that's how we found the bottom for Bitcoin. We found bullish divergence on the weekly, swinging up on the RSI while swinging down on price action. Good catch. It could go lower though and then turn out. It's very close to almost negating, but it's close. Sam, can you please take a look at TAI? Says Die Nugent. Thank you so much. We'll take a look at TAI. Thank you so much for the super chat. May God bless you. So let's take a look at TARS AI, TAI, which was in a beautiful accumulation place on the low near that 786 fib. Like, very rarely do you lose that level and go even lower, but they did it to TARS AI. And this thing, backed by the Solana Foundation, really felt like it had everything going for it. Huge run up when the market was a little flat, and then just got sold off like you read about. People got cold feet or something. I never bought in. I haven't touched it yet. I keep looking at it. I mean, I thought the project was hot. I didn't expect it to dip like that. At the same time, hey, you know, I don't own any, so it's kind of like, hey, you know. But look, losing the 200 MA on the daily to me is bear market status. Whenever that happens, that's when like you either gotta, that's either the lowest prices will ever be, and you'll start to kind of, and then you'll break on out. So you gotta love this project. See, when the TA is this low, you gotta love the project. You gotta believe in it. If you believe in the project, you've gone over it numerous times, and you're convinced that this tech is hot and that it has what it takes, then this is one of the best places for the technical analysis to tell you to get in. But you gotta believe in the project. I don't believe in this project, so even though the TA looks great, I'm all set. But it does tell you that's the greatest place to get in. You're not chasing a green candle. You're not getting in at the top. You're waiting for a beautiful retracement of the Fibonacci's. All right. One more for you. How about Walgreens? Let's take a look at WBA. Walgreen Boots Alliance on the NASDAQ. Or is that Walgreens? No, Walgreens, yeah. Boots Alliance. I don't know what that's all about. Wow, so Walgreens in the dumps, huh? So Walgreens has been collapsing since 2015. It just completely done. Cooking. Let me make sure that's the right trade, the chart. Yeah, that thing is horrible. It's been in that's what you see, and see how you lost the weekly 200 MA? That's when you create a bear market, everybody. Everyone's like, oh, were you in a bear market yet? No, not until you lose the weekly 200 MA. And you lose the daily 200 MA, see up here? Then you play with it, but you keep going above and below it, and you're still below it now. This thing's in a horrible downtrend. I don't know what's happening, if they're selling it off or they're planning on it. But, you know, flip it upside down. Like it's in a trend until it's not. And it just keeps going up. Like it keeps going down. It seems like it's finally getting a bit of a rounded bottom. To me, the dollar has topped out. I called the top out on the dollar, and I personally went into real estate last week based on the idea that the dollar has topped, because I want the most out of my purchasing power. So I didn't want to use the dollar as it was gaining steam. I wanted to use the dollar. You know, this looks like it may be trying to bounce off a cup and handle here for the first time in a long time. It's attempting to bottom out. It is, but I don't have a lot of faith in that. And it's done this a few times and really done nothing. If it can't get back above 1250, you'd have to assume it's just kind of flagging out for more downside. Hard to tell where the bottom is since it continues to dump. Like you would have been trying to call the bottom every single week, like there and there and there and there and there. And for me, it has to get back above the 200 MA on the 3-day chart for me to even take it seriously. At that point, I would think about maybe accumulating for a bigger move, but I wouldn't touch this. I would not touch this. Bang. So, you know, Walgreens, I don't know, it doesn't look great to me. Yeah. Bro, you had us dying, laughing earlier. Oh, thank you. Shout out to Master Fred, man. Your honest opinion on Pi launching its mainnet tomorrow. Honestly, I don't want to talk bad. You know, my mom said, you have nothing nice to say nothing at all. So I don't have anything to say about Pi. Yeah. I hope it does well. God bless him. I'm not getting into it. I'm not touching it. Maybe I'll swing trade it if it does well. And it does have a mainnet. We'll see what happens. I can't explain it. It's like Celsius. I didn't get into Celsius. I saw something shady there. I don't know why. I just felt like it was too good to be true. I never put my money there. I never traded on FTX. I started a US account with $50 and forgot about it. And then I never ended up trading on FTX ever. So I got lucky. I avoided some of the biggest pitfalls a lot of people have fallen into. And because my grandfather was a bricklayer, my dad was an iron worker. They both worked 7 days a week at one point. I work 7 days a week now, and I don't squander my time or my money because I know I work so hard for it. And if you work as hard as me for what you have, you're not going to squander it. And so I wasn't going to put it in these places where I didn't think I could get it back. One day I literally was like, I'm going to put 100 grand and I'll make 20 grand a year off my Bitcoin. And I literally had the wallet. I went to Celsius. I was like, and I planned on doing it for days. And then one day I opened up my computer and I was like, today's the day. And something happened. Like I got distracted, and the next day, like Solana didn't do too well. The market, and it got kind of sketchy. And then I don't know, about a week or 2 or 3 weeks later, they went belly up, and everyone lost all their funds in Celsius. And I heard when you got your money back, you didn't get, like, if you had 10 Bitcoin and they were worth like $500 or whatever, let's just, I'm just giving, or 5,000, whatever it was, 20,000. They didn't give you back 10 Bitcoin. You got back 20 grand. So 5 years later, you get back what would have been millions of dollars, right? 10 Bitcoins, dang, $1 million bucks, right? Let's be honest. And you don't get back $1 million though. You get back 20 grand. Even if you get back any money at all. So it's pretty crazy what happens when you get bellied up by these, and that's why I'm telling you, please keep 90% of your money on a hardware wallet, or put it into some type of bigger custody with SHA-256 with a bigger, firm or something. Make sure that you have yourself protected. Do not have 90% of your funds on an exchange. Please be smarter than that. All right. Be smarter than that. Double check every time you send a transaction. Anytime you're sending money from one wallet to the next, use a sample transaction first. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but please use a sample transaction first. Send $300 if you're going to send 30 grand. See that the $300 made it, and then send the rest of the money. Sample transactions. Double and triple check the address. Okay? Don't rush whenever you're sending cryptocurrency. Slow down. Even I have lost money. It's happened. It can happen to you. Take a deep breath. Slow down. Don't do things the wrong way. You've got this. All right. Bitcoin still sideways as we suggested inside the flag on the 15-minute. Nothing to write home about. I just want to see this play out. If we lose the Tutoring on the 15-minute, I will turn bearish. We're looking for a drop somewhere down here to 93,005. If we stay above it and go sideways, there's a high likelihood this ascending triangle, inverted head and shoulder-esque pattern, will break to the upside, and the target I'm targeting is $98,000. That's Bitcoin in a nutshell. The 15-minute will be your guide. Every day there's a different time frame that reveals the truth. Today is the 15-minute. And it may very well make an M pattern here, dump, lose the 200 MA, and continue to drop. I'm not telling you what's going to happen. I'm showing you how I'm going to play it, and I'm waiting on it to tell me. I don't know what price action is going to do at any moment in time. I just trade probabilities. I know nothing but the fact about ignorance. I believe over time, because they print money years on end, all right? And you can see the average lifespan of a fiat currency is 35 years. The following list of currencies is a small sample of fiat currencies throughout the past 1,000 years that have collapsed. And what's funny is, keep in mind that most of these currencies collapsed with the lifetime of most baby boomers living today. So hyperinflation and cryptocurrency collapses are not exceptionally rare. In fact, the average lifespan of a fiat currency is only 35 years, everybody. Which means these events happen much more frequently than people realize. Look, the Peruvian dollar in 1989. The Russian ruble at $10,000. The Zaire, $5 million peso. Hungary, $10 million peso. The Germany, $1 billion mark. It could happen to your cryptocurrency. It's happening to it could happen to it has happened. It could happen to your currency, though. Any currency around the world will slip up. But look at Zimbabwe, $1 trillion bill. Is the US dollar headed towards a $2,000 bill? A $5,000 bill? All right. See, this guy said he sent an email, right? He didn't send the email came in right now. Yeah. Yeah, he goes, I say, hopefully it's the correct email. Yeah, you sent the right one now, man. Yeah, we got you now, see? People all the time tell me they sent me an email and I didn't respond and they didn't send the email. And I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying we get it. Like, it happens all the time. But my wife is like, she cares about you guys and she stares at the email all day long. We have the greatest support team, you know, so no one, you're getting treated as well as my children, man. My wife ain't playing games. She loves you guys. You're her business. She works very hard to make sure we have the best customer service in the game. So when people say they sent an email and we didn't respond, it never makes any sense to me. And then look, I got an email right now. He says, yep. He goes, I hope this is the correct. Maybe I sent the wrong one last time. Maybe. God bless you, though. Thank you so much, man. And I appreciate you. Your honest opinion on Pi launching its mainnet tomorrow. No real opinions on that. Yeah, I don't have one. Okay, sounds like research. Absolutely, definitely not. Yeah, exactly. The bear ate my email. Yeah, I'm just telling things as they are. Amen. Mr. Price, Mrs. Price is great. Shout out to her. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you. Shout out to Warpaint. We love you, man. And I'm even, look, I got it open on the side just for you, man. So nothing I can say about Bitcoin. Still sideways, right? I can't force price to do things. It can only do what it does. I can just show you the probabilities and show you how I'm taking it. I can't force it, make it happen, or do anything else. I can take shots in front of you. You can see what I do. And there's nothing more that I can that we can go about. Oh, one thing I wanted to really discuss, though, was this cool new category here in cryptocurrency. We have a Made in the USA category. I suggest you pay attention to this because these are the coins that you probably won't have to pay any capital gains on at all. That's the talk of the town, that cryptocurrencies will have no capital gains, forcing people to get into them and making them exciting. You got to incentivize the public if you want something to get crazy. So how do you incentivize them? Well, you make things taxless. And if it's taxless to trade this stuff, the people are going to do it. Far more, right? It's going to be amazing. So this is a pretty good opportunity right now. And again, it's not set in stone. We don't know for sure. And I don't, again, don't quote me on any of this stuff. We have to find out. But it is being rumored. It is being talked about. And you definitely want to see what coins are made in the USA. And CoinGecko does that for you with this beautiful category. And there's coins you didn't even know. Like, I didn't know Say was USA. I didn't know Jitto. Okay. I didn't know XCN. Okay. You know, there's almost my entire portfolio is looking like I didn't know Arkham. You know, I'm a pretty lucky guy, so I wouldn't be surprised if almost 90% of the things I hold all happen to be made in the USA, right? But just, you know, hey, pay attention to that. When you have to pay 38% capital gain on a short-term win or 30% instead of zero, that can be the big difference of a 300 grand, right? Maybe 3 mil. It could mean a house on the hill, a house on the beach, or nil. I'm just saying it could change your entire life. That's big money we're talking about. This is cryptocurrency. So, what if I had some Lisk, which is part of the Optimism Superchain? Lisk is an old coin from back in the day. I like Lisk. Lisk, and it had a good team, but I mean, nobody talks about it and they don't market it at all. So, you know, I don't know. I'm just telling you how it is. People want hype and optimism when there's just nothing there to be hyped and optimistic about. Like, you can't force it. I've been watching this flag for days now. This sideways price action has got me. I love sideways price action. I love flags that consolidate. It tells me things are about to rip ski to the upski, and it looks amazing. $48 is the target. I'm just, man, hype is holding it down. At any moment, Bitcoin dumps, this thing falls down. And again, I'm not, there's no guarantees at trading, but that consolidation starts to tell you, hey, if you haven't dumped yet and the whole market's taking a beat down, then what's happening? Why are you strong? So there's strength here in this coin. And what is strength? It's buy pressure. People want in. People want to get down. People want to, want a piece of it. You can make this a little tighter. Starting to brew that there's a bigger move coming. And again, just a stop loss below the 200 MA. And find out if it could rip. That's just something I like to do a lot. And I just let it go. Shout out to anyone trading on Weeks. My baby Weeks. Weeks came through at a really crucial time. All right. Also, I heard some news. Don't quote me if I'm right here, but I heard that UK members are back on Maxi. So if you were off MEXC, I heard in the UK you can jump back on. Someone asked them, and it seems like that's the case. I could be wrong. Double check that. And again, look at this Adam and Eve double bottom that I've talked about for like a week and a half now or something. These play out 90% of the time. Like, this is supposed to play out. This is supposed to play out. The neckline to the bottom, and this is, I mean, 90% of the time this breaks out. We go back to 108,000, very close to an all-time high. Like, this would be awesome. This would be awe-inspiring. This would be the move of moves. Today is Wednesday. It's one of my favorite days to trade. We have liquidity in the market. We're above that 200 MA on that 15-minute. There's a chance, baby, that this could be the beginning of the move. And so that's why I like even just, I consider this ape here with just a stop loss below the 200 MA. And just, hey, that would be 95159, right? The target would take me to 99,590. And as long as we stay above the 200 MA, the trade will play out. If we lose the 200, the trade won't play out. Really simple sauce. Like, you don't got to be, it's not rocket science. If I full ported 700 for 25, I'm going to think of that trade, and I may take it later on. I'm going to keep it on ice, but that's something that I'm looking at here on weeks. What I could do is I could begin the trade with a nibble it, like 100 for 4. And if the trade keeps going sideways, I'll do another 100 for 4. I'll do it 4 or 5 times and then build the trade. And see, what I did for weeks there is I limited in using the limit. And then when I had my limit in, I could have waited, but I did raise the limit order, which got me in. The limit would have paid least amount. I still did a maker, but you could take with the limit, waiting for the limit to touch, right? And the same thing here. You can move the stop loss nice and easily. You can use the you can move the take profit nice and easily. You can click on that if you don't want to be reminded so fast. And it just does it right there with a quick little operated successfully, right? I like it. It's very seamless and awesome to use here. And this is how I trade. So I'll have a bigger trade open on weeks. I'll have a smaller trade, depending. I'll keep bigger trades, smaller trades. That way I can cut off a trade, take money, keep another trade going. All right. Hey, Sam, if you made 1,500 in the start of your day, would you call it or keep looking for setups? I would look at the charts, and if the chart gave me a setup, I would trade, but I would trade lightly. Like, I would trade 200 for 800 at that point. I would start just making sure I could only lose 20% of what I already made. You know what I'm saying? For the day. And a lot of times, 1,500 is enough for me to go to lunch, take a moment off, and reset my mind and not push it. That's a good amount of money. You could do a lot of wonders with that. So, yeah, for me, that's great. But again, it depends on where you're at in life, what you want to do, what you're looking at. It all depends. I am not your keeper. All right. Sam, check out VeChain. Pudgy Penguins revealed today that it's the NFT linked physical toys will hit Walmart. Oh, that's pretty cool. I already saw them in Target. So they're everywhere, man. Sam, can I take you fishing in Clearwater? Please email cryptolifers@gmail. Email cryptolifers@gmail. Tell us kind of who you are a little bit. We need to know who you are, right? I'm a multimillionaire. I'm not just getting in any random place in any boat, right? I'm sorry, not to be rude. I got to watch where I go and what I do. But yes, send us who you are, your first and last name. And if it checks out and we like it, yeah, man, that's how I bought my house. Someone sent me an email on the live stream just like this, said, I want to take you out on a boat. I said, email us. They emailed us. Now they're good friends. They come over to my house all the time. Mindy is the real estate agent that sold me my home, and her husband Mario in the trading group. Like, it's been amazing. So, Sam, I struggle with taking profit. I end up turning 6 Rs into 2 Rs because I hang on too long. Any advice? This is my best advice for people that are having a problem taking profit. This is going to be the best thing you've ever heard. All right. Again, I can't give you advice, but this is my idea. All right. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give advice. But this is my idea for anyone that's having problem taking profit. What's today? Today's 2/19. February 19th. All right. You look back on your portfolio and you see that you, in your last 3 weeks to 4 weeks, you've made amazing trades, but you can't take money off the table. look at those trades and see if you had taken whatever they given you and then added up. You'd be like, man, I'd be up $5,000 right now, but I'm down 10 grand. So tell yourself, okay, for the next week straight or the next 2 weeks, I'm just going to take every trade that's up. And I'm going to fight the need. The problem is every time the trade's up, you keep thinking it's the one. And it's going to make you all this money and you're going to show these big gains. I think you're comparing yourself to everybody. You're stuck in your head. You want to show gains to the trading group or to somewhere. I don't know. You got this dopamine fix that you want to post this big fat win. I don't know why. Everyone's stuck on this. Look at me and my big gains. You know what I mean? Don't chase what everybody else is doing. Stick to your little game. You know, stick to your discipline. Stick to your focus. So here, this is how I did it. If I was struggling like that, which I had at one point, I said, listen, I'm just going to take green on every single trade. Every time I'm up, I'm going to stop even. Or every time I'm up, I'm going to break even on the trade. Or every time I'm up over $100, I'm going to take it. Tell yourself, every time I'm up over $100, I'm going to move my stop to a $50 take profit. Every time I'm up over $250, I'm going to move my stop to $100 take profit. And stick to it. Say that out loud and stick to it. And then whenever time you're up, you're going to move your stop loss. And then, yeah, sometimes you're not going to make the 300-400. You're going to get stopped out for $100. But at the end of the week, at the end of the 3 weeks, you're going to see that you made maybe $1 to $2 grand because you made $100 10 or 20 times. Everyone thinks to make $2 grand, you got to make these big trades. No, you just got to make small trades over time. Small trades over time. Small trades over time. Those are the people that stay in the game the longest. The people that make small trades over time and compile those wins over and over and over again. Mara's just sticking to the trend line here. And it's really saying, you know, if Bitcoin can bounce, Mara will bounce. Almost looks like Solana a little bit, which is interesting, right? But you're looking for this bounce off Mara to get tight. And then if we have a monster super cycle, Mara goes to $61. And then I'm finally out on Mara. Like, that's when I'm finally done. I got in at 8, 9, and a little dabble in at 18. And I'd be out when we get to 61. What about the opposite side of that? Closing trades too early. Any advice? No, I think closing trades too early is great. It makes you a winning trader. I think that's like the most weirdest thing ever. I close too early. Like, what do you mean? If you're closing too early, then just start if you're closing too early, then say for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to move my stop loss only to break even on half of my trades and stick to that. And then, and so when you're up and say, okay, I'm up nicely, be like, this is the trade I'm going to move to break even. You see what I mean? And then the other trades just, the other trades move the stop loss up a lot and take what you can get. Just make a statement and stick to that statement. It's really clear. It's simple. Like, write down what you're going to do and do it. Like, have the discipline to believe in yourself. That's the difference between everything here, winners and losing traders, is people that believe in what they say and people that don't. I'm going to do this, and that's it. Okay? I figured out how to manage my brain, and it wasn't easy, so I think I can help you manage yours. Okay? My brain was out of control, hyper fast, super crazy, ADHD, all over. Like, if I can manage my brain, I can help 99% of the world manage theirs. It's not going to be an easy process. Everyone wants the trades, wants the gains. This is about your mind and getting through these tough times. This is way more about pushing yourself through these tough times. Let's take a look at Litecoin. Yeah, Litecoin up from the entry there that we got into at 121 up to 135. Litecoin doing damage. And I did put a flag that didn't play out perfectly, but it did not stop us out. You see that? No stop loss got locked in the making of this trade. So let's take a look at the daily time frame here for Litecoin. And it's interesting. Something's brewing here for Litecoin, and we said that earlier a couple days ago. And so it's not all. That looks like it's going to boom. So if I were to trade anything, I'd trade Tom Crown's Litecoin, baby. Hey, Sam, I'm up 3,200 on Sonic today on my spot bag. It's moved a lot today. If it was your bag, would you take money? Love you, bro. I don't know. I'd have to have a plan. What's your plan? Is it a long-term hold that you're willing to get into? See, before you got in, what was your idea? So before I get into a trade, I'm like, I like Sonic. I believe it's going to rebound. I'd like to hold it for the next 4 to 5 months as the market rebounds. And I'm going to build a bag. You build the bag, you end up 3,200. You can't believe it. But your idea was a long-term hold. You got to stick to your plan. What if you get in, you're like, you know what? I'm just swing trading. I want to see what happens. And you end up $3,000 in a day or two. For me, I would be taking some profit. You see? But it would have to be what my plan was before I got into the trade. What was your plan before you got into the trade? Where are you going? Come Indy, I love her so much. What? Are you serious? So there's a beautiful ascending triangle about to break to the upside. But babe, I'm done in 2 minutes. You can't wait on a homie. My idea is to sell Sonic at $1 the whole holding, which is not far now. Hey man, this market's been sketchy, but you do whatever makes you happy. Litecoin looks beautiful to me. One of the only coins that looks hot. It's up from our 123 entry. So you're in the money if you got in when I did put it out. It didn't have to play out perfectly. It could have scared you, but if you just let it play out, you'd be in the money. If you didn't emotionally cut off the trade or get crazy, you're in the money. And look at that inverted head and shoulder. Litecoin looks like it's about to go to the moon, man. I could be wrong. Maybe, ascending triangles could dump to the downside. They are 50-50. Well, you have multiple higher lows there. And, I don't see a lot of awesome stuff out here today. Litecoin looks like the hottest coin in the game right now. Again, every day there's another coin that just looks better than the rest of the market. Litecoin looks interesting. I just want to look at Mana here. I haven't looked at that coin in a long time. Just something in my mind was like, what's Mana doing? Wow, they're all back below their daily Tutor maze. All these older coins. I know a few of you want to see what's happening to Caspa. Let's take a look at Caspa. Actually, I'm going to reserve that. I'm going to do a Caspa video later on today. I'm going to do a video about Caspa, breaking down what I see happening to Caspa. Let's take a look at our baby DeepBook protocol, the hot one in the game, baby. So DeepBook bouncing off the 786. That's the money printer right there. Master friend, bro. This is you all day right now. Like, you go all in on DeepBook right now and make massive gains. But honestly, like, this is our powers combined. Like, this is what I did for years before I met you. Just the old 786 bounce, 618 anywhere in this area. 786 if it was more desperate, 618 if we had a stronger market. I mean, that thing is just gorgeous. Low stochastics. It's got hidden bullish divergence on it. It tells us that's the place to buy DeepBook. Honestly, I'm going to buy some DeepBook right now in front of everybody. That's just gorgeous. I like it. I like it. And I haven't opened up the book in a minute and bought anything really besides BTC. And maybe I'm going to regret this. But I like deep. I like going deep. It's not funny. It's not funny. I'm sorry. I'm so stupid. I'm such an immature bro. Like, I'm just really like, yeah. Oh my God, I got no ends. I got ends. I'll find ends. I'll post it to my trading group. You guys see me to buy, but I will buy it later on today. It's starting to pump already. I wish I got in earlier. Thing was down at $12. It's already ripping to 15. See how fast things can go? Look, I already have a huge bag of it. How much DeepBook I got? If I were to limit out right now just to see 20K a DeepBook, right? I made a boatload off this coin and then I put money back in. 20K a DeepBook right there at 15. And Deep's my baby, man. I'm going to buy more DeepBook. We all love going deep, brother. Amen, man. Snorkeling, baby. Snorkeling. So can we get all the way to 738 for SWE? And if DeepBook is awesome, SWE is awesome, they could both reverse nicely back to the upside here for Bitcoin. When we pump it, we always go deep, man. Shout out to Philomaniac. Anyway, Bitcoin's still sideways. Let me take a back look at the fan funding and see what's happening. My spot bag, boom, boom, boom. Riz Adaru, thank you so much and your honest opinion. So, wow, we hit all the super chats, everybody. Thank you so much for the love. And the show is over here at 12 p.m. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. I don't know how we do it every day. I wake up and I'm like, I got this big show to do. I got all these people to see. I got to show up and hit it. I got to be on point. I can't believe I lost my trade. It would always bug me out. But you know what? I'll be back to fight another day. All right. May God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Ahmed, man, you guys get into the crypto wifer gets annoyed when I shouldn't say it. No one gets annoyed, but when I say I'm leaving and then you send a super chat, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I said I've been leaving for like an hour and then it's 12 o'clock. Injector protocol. If it bounces here. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. I believe in this project. I own it. So it's definitely something I would be taking nibbles of right here, anywhere. If it went into a bear market and took nibbles here, it's just got utility. It still works. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't see it ever going to nothing. And no matter when, it just needs a market to come back. And so that, to me, and I own it. So I'm also going to shill it. And if it doesn't hold that level, it could bounce all the way back down to 10. But to me, I believe it bottomed on that liquidation wick, the biggest liquidation in cryptocurrency history. Don't you think, Beebs? What do you think about the market? What do you think about the market? You look really pretty. You want to talk?
No, I don't.
Just come on and say hi.
We have a meeting at 1, so I have to get back here at 1 for a meeting.
You want to sound nice. You don't want to sound like you.
No, that's who I am. That's
You want to be like you want to be behind the scenes meanie means?
Definitely.
Like, ah!
What's that?
Ah! Guys. All right, everybody. I got to jump on out of here for the day. May God bless each and every one of you. Have fun with your life. Don't let this market get too much in your head. Stay focused. Stay amazing. Keep pushing. People are going to doubt you. People doubt me, and I show up every single day. Can you believe that? So just keep pushing. Stay around positive people. Find your tribe and align with people that are always there to encourage you and push you. That will be your goal. People will push you all the time. Sorry for the last minute super chat. Nah, it's all good, man. You're helping me out. God bless you for giving. That will come back to you tenfold. I shouldn't say a word about it. I should be so blessed that you gave anything to me. Thank you so much, my friend. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your most precious asset, which is your time. I talked for 2 hours. Now I get to be quiet for a little while, I guess. Maybe not. We'll see. But everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll be back tomorrow for another amazing, absolutely awesome, kick butt positive, full of energy live stream. Remember, you know what the secret to success is, right? It's getting started.